Hi go-getters, welcome back to the channel. So I dug recently and I noticed 10 new machines that are actually revolutionizing Africa. And since I've always got your back, I thought it wise to make you part of the wave. Now before we continue, here's something that will blow your mind. In the next 10 years, the number of millionaires in Africa is going to be increasing by 47%. One of the highest growth rates in the world. I'm making this video so you can be part of the wave. So if you are one of those investing in Africa, it might interest you to know that we actually have a joint venture that we've launched on a diaper project. So if you're interested, just go to our membership and you're going to get details there, or you email us at africatoday.info@gmail.com. That said, without further ado, let's go straight to our points. So we are going to be doing this in a countdown. So the 10th on our list is going to be automated plastic recycling and manufacturing systems. So you can get small-scale recycling lines with just $15,000 that actually transform plastic waste into pellets worth $1,800 per ton. Think of Africa's plastic waste like crude oil sitting in the ground. Everyone sees a problem, but smart entrepreneurs see liquid gold. Now, don't be scared thinking that it could be out of your reach, right? Because there are actually smaller scales. You could start with a basic Chinese line processing about 500 kilograms daily, generating $2,500 monthly. Ghana's entrepreneurs actually started with these smaller units before scaling up to the 150,000 industrial units they have today. And you know what, go-getters? One small line can actually fund your expansion to bigger units within just 18 months if properly managed. So the good part with this business is that the raw material is almost free, right? It's waste. So smart entrepreneurs in urban areas are literally building wealth just from cleaning their neighborhoods. Yeah, that's the twist nobody talks about. You don't need the biggest machines to make money nowadays. The smartest way is to start small, prove the concept, then grow. That's let's quickly move to machine number 9 that has to do with robotic assembly and packaging lines. Now with this one, don't be scared as well, right? We've got entry-level modular that you could get for $25,000 and start assembling, right? And with this, you could manufacture electronics, appliances, and automotive parts. So why are Chinese factories worried about Africa? The thing is, nowadays you could actually start with the same basic automation they use, but closer to the European markets. Small assembly lines could handle phone accessories, simple electronics, or even packaging operations. Now, the Rwanda entrepreneurs started with a $30,000 assembly unit before actually scaling up to the 120,000 units they use nowadays. And the advantage with this is that one investment handles multiple products, adapting faster than traditional factories can retool. Now the beauty is you're going to be learning the business with affordable equipment and improve with a proven demand. That leads us to number 8 that has to do with smart textile manufacturing line. Now this is a basic automated knitting machine with quality control starting just for $35,000. Now you can start with a small unit that produces about 20,000 meters per hour and scale up. Ethiopian entrepreneurs started with Chinese-made systems costing $40,000. Therefore, learning the market before investing in $200,000 industrial line. Now with this, you simply start with local market sales, prove quality and demand, then expand to export contracts. Now machine number 7, precision agricultural processing units. Now we are talking of compact mobile processing units starting at $18,000 for cassava, grains, or coffee processing. So have you ever wondered, these go-getters, what if the solution to rural poverty actually costs less than a good car? Imagine that small mobile units process 2 tons daily, right? Turning subsistence farmers into manufacturers. Do you know that Nigerian entrepreneurs jumped from $0.15 per kilogram of cassava to $1.20 per kilogram of processed flour, and using just $20,000 Chinese processing units? So you can just start with your local community, process their crops, share profits, then expand to bigger mobile units. Now, here's a strategy that small entrepreneurs are using, all right? There are small cooperatives that pull $20,000 to own this unit rather than individual farmers struggling alone. Now, machine number 7, precision agricultural processing units. Now, we are talking of compact mobile processing units starting at $18,000 for cassava, grains, or coffee processing. So have you ever wondered, these go-getters, what if the solution to rural poverty actually costs less than a good car? Imagine that small mobile units process 2 tons daily, right? Turning subsistence farmers into manufacturers. Do you know that Nigerian entrepreneurs jumped from $0.15 per kilogram of cassava to $1.20 per kilogram of processed flour, and using just $20,000 Chinese processing units? So you can just start with your local community, process their crops, share profits, then expand to bigger mobile units. Now, here's a strategy that small entrepreneurs are using, all right? There are small cooperatives that pull $20,000 to own this unit rather than individual farmers struggling alone. That leads us to number 6, that has to do with commercial biogas digesters with energy generation. Now, we've got small-scale biogas systems starting at $8,000, and they convert up to 1 ton of organic waste daily into cooking gas and electricity. Energy problems and waste overload, 2 problems, 1 affordable solution. So you can simply start with a basic Chinese biogas unit processing neighborhood waste, generating $800 monthly in energy savings and gas sales. Now, there are Kenyan entrepreneurs that started with a $10,000 unit. They proved the model, then expanded to $75,000 commercial units. Now, these small digesters power local businesses while processing community waste. So at the end of it, it is actually a win-win situation for both the entrepreneurs and the community. Now, at number 5, we've got advanced mineral processing equipment. Now, entry-level gold recovery systems start at $12,000, achieving 95% recovery rates, processing 5 tons daily. Now, look at it this way. While traditional African mining wastes 60% of gold, basic Chinese recovery units capture that waste for $15,000 investments. Yes, those are machines that 10 years back would cost millions of dollars, right? But now with just $15,000, you could actually lay your hands on a small unit to kickstart. Yeah, the Tanzania miners actually started small, right? They proved a 300% increase, then invested in $65,000 industrial systems. Now, the beauty is you've got the advantage to learn proper processing techniques with affordable equipment before scaling up. Small miners pool resources to buy the $12,000 units, split profit, then individually upgrade to bigger systems. Now, this Lagos workshop printing metal parts, they started with a $15,000 gold recovery unit. So you can do same. That said, let's quickly go to number 4 on the list, which has to do with biotechnology fermentation systems. Now we are talking of small fermentation units starting at $22,000. They produce supplements and food additives from agricultural waste. So if you are involved into agriculture, this is definitely something that would interest you. Do you know that Africa alone imports $40 billion in pharmaceuticals annually? You could start small by converting cassava peel and corn husk into food supplements and additives using this $25,000 machine. Nigerians have gone way ahead, and they were actually smart enough to start earlier, right? Right now, they are producing protein supplements using basic fermentation units. Now, at this point, they've proved market demand and have scaled up to an $85,000 pharmaceutical grade unit. Young biotechs are building Africa's tech revolution, one small fermentation tank at a time, using feedstock farmers used to burn. And here comes number 3 on our list, that has to do with automated hydroponic farming systems. Talking about hydroponics, I once made a video where I covered this in details with some other new farming methods. If you're interested, please check the video. It's going to be linked in the comment section. as well. Now, compact vertical farming systems start at $35,000, producing 15 times more vegetables using 90% less water. So here we have a good solution where water scarcity is meeting food demand. So you can start serving it with just a small warehouse space. And it's quite easy, alright, because basic Chinese hydroponic units cost just about $40,000 per tower. And they can generate up to $80,000 annually from just 200 meters. So we've got these Moroccan entrepreneurs who were smart enough to start just with small indoor farms and expanded to $250,000 export-grade facilities. So if you are venturing into this, you could just, as target audience or customers, begin with small restaurants and supermarkets. Build reputation and cash flow, then upscale to European export contracts. Now, our last but one, that is number 2 on the line, is integrated solar manufacturing systems. Now, we are talking of small solar panel assembly lines that you could actually purchase with just $45,000, and you could start your production using locally sourced materials. Now, solar panels work better in African sunshine than European cloudiness. Yet we import panels designed for cloudy conditions. So you can change this, right? You can start with Chinese assembly equipment producing 100 panels monthly. Moroccan entrepreneurs actually began with 50,000 assembly lines. They proved local demand before scaling to $300,000 manufacturing facilities, now exporting across Africa. Now imagine each small production line creates 20 jobs, while panels cost 30% less than imports. Success funds expansion to battery production and grid-scale projects. And that leads us to our number 1, which is the last but not the least, that has to do with AI-powered metal 3D printers. Now with this one, the entry-level metal 3D printers starting at $28,000, producing precision parts for local industries. Why did I put this as number 1? I did so because it changes manufacturing rules at an affordable price point. There's this Cape Town factory that out-manufactured Germans. And you know what? They started with a $30,000 Chinese manufacturing unit. They used this printer for some time and they proved demand for local parts production, then invested in the $180,000 high-rack system they have today. One mining company started by printing $5,000 worth of monthly spare parts, saving $40,000 in import cost. And it's not that complicated, alright? You can even begin with basic metal printing serving local repair shops and manufacturers. Then with a little bit of success, you could then upgrade to aerospace grade equipment. It's like having a magic box that turns metal powder into any part you can imagine, starting at a price of a good car instead of a house. Now, go-getters, I want you to understand that these machines all create something economists call network effects. Look at it this way. Each installation makes the next one more valuable. When that biogas system succeeds, it attracts waste management companies. When the 3D printer solves one company's problem, others want similar solutions. In Kigali, one automated assembly plant spawned 23 supporting businesses within 18 months. The AI integration means machines across Africa share automation data. A textile machine in Lagos learns from successes in Nairobi and Accra. That literally means African manufacturers now operate as a connected brain, therefore improving faster than isolated competitors. For the first time in history, go-getters, geography stops being history. A small business in Lagos accesses the same manufacturing capabilities as Zanshan factories. A farmer in Ghana processes crops to European standards. A startup in Nairobi manufactures electronics competitively. Now, critics claim these machines are too expensive and complex. They are fighting yesterday's war. The African Development Bank earmarked a $2 billion for advanced manufacturing equipment. So if you didn't know, now you know. And it might interest you to know that diaspora financing programs specially target these technologies. And you know the most astonishing go-getters, most machines pay for themselves within 18 to 36 months, while creating 20 to 100 direct jobs each. Now, go-getters, I want you to know that we are not catching up to other continents, right? We are leapfrogging ahead of them. The 47% increase in African millionaires isn't a prediction. It's a mathematical certainty based on these machines' deployment rates. Early adopters become ecosystem anchors, attracting suppliers, customers, and complementary businesses. But here's what separates future millionaires from spectators. Understanding that these machines aren't just about production. They are about controlling value chains that others currently control. I need you to understand, go-getters, that when you control the means of production, you stop being price takers and become price makers, which is what we want for our continent. So here's my challenge for you. Pick one machine in this countdown that solves a challenge in your community, because there are up to 10. You can't tell me that you aren't going to find one machine there that will suit your desires, right? Now spend the next 30 days researching finance options. Also research market demand and even potential partners. Don't just dream about joining the millionaire wave. Build your action plan, because the thing is not always sitting and listening to my videos, right? The right thing is taking action. If you found value in this video, definitely like it and drop a comment below, alright? So that I would know that you want the second part, because next week I am planning on actually covering the exact finance strategies African entrepreneurs are using to acquire these machines, including government programs most people don't know exist. But I'm only sharing those strategies with people who prove they are serious about taking action. So comment below with which machine you are choosing and what problem you think it will solve in your area, and see you all in the next video, alright? So if you would love to have me do that video for you, please just comment, continue in the comment section, and I will definitely do that. The age of watching other continents getting rich from African resources is ending, and the age of African-controlled wealth has begun. Your spot in the millionaire wave is waiting, but only if you take action. That said, thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you on my next one, as always.